This video is prepared based on official accident reports and witness testimonies. August 20, 2008. Spanair Flight 5022 prepares for departure from Madrid-Barajas Airport, bound for Gran Canaria, carrying 172 souls into what becomes Spain's deadliest aviation disaster in 25 years. Captain Antonio Garcia Luna and First Officer Francisco Javier Mulet command the McDonnell Douglas MD-82 Sunbreeze on this routine domestic service. Their flight faces delays due to a minor technical issue, setting in motion a tragic chain of human error. What begins as a typical summer vacation flight transforms into an aviation safety lesson about the deadly consequences of checklist failures. The crew's oversight during routine procedures creates conditions for catastrophic stall immediately after takeoff. This is the story of how routine interruptions and procedural complacency combine with system failures to defeat multiple layers of aviation safety. The absence of flaps and slats combined with a silent warning system dooms 154 innocent travelers. The tragedy demonstrates that even experienced crews can fall victim to human error when normal routines are disrupted. Spanair 5022 becomes a powerful reminder that aviation safety depends on strict adherence to procedures regardless of operational pressures. Modern aviation's most fundamental lesson emerges from this disaster. Checklists exist for critical reasons, and overlooking even simple items can have devastating consequences when aircraft physics meets human fallibility. McDonnell Douglas MD-82 registration, ECHFP. Sunbreeze represents Spanair's reliable fleet serving domestic Spanish routes. Manufactured in 1993, this 15-year-old aircraft accumulates extensive service hours connecting Spanish cities and vacation destinations. The MD-82, nicknamed Mad Dog by pilots, belongs to the stretched DC-9 family known for reliable performance and straightforward systems. Twin rear-mounted engines provide efficient operation for short and medium-haul routes throughout Europe. Captain Garcia Luna brings 39 years of age and extensive experience to Flight 5022, commanding respect as a seasoned Spanair pilot. First Officer Mulet, 31 years old, contributes professional competence to the flight deck team. Flight 5022 operates as a scheduled domestic service from Madrid-Barajas to Gran Canaria in the Canary Islands. The route serves vacation travelers seeking Spanish sunshine and tourists returning to island destinations. August 20, 2008 presents typical summer travel conditions with passengers eager to reach vacation destinations. The manifest includes families, business travelers, and tourists unaware they face extraordinary circumstances. Pre-flight preparations begin routinely at Terminal 2 with standard passenger boarding and cargo loading. Ground crews complete normal servicing procedures while the flight crew performs required pre-departure checks. The aircraft arrives from Barcelona without incident, adding to the sense of routine domestic operations. No mechanical discrepancies appear in maintenance logs as crews prepare for the next scheduled departure. Flight 5022's normal preparation masks developing conditions that will challenge aviation safety systems and human performance under pressure. At 13:06 local time, Flight 5022 receives engine startup clearance and begins taxi procedures toward runway 36L. Standard operating procedures commence as the crew prepares for routine departure to Gran Canaria. During taxi operations, the RAM air temperature RAT probe indicates excessively high temperatures, triggering warning systems that prevent takeoff clearance. The crew faces their first operational challenge requiring immediate attention. Following standard procedures, Captain Garcia Luna aborts the takeoff and returns to the terminal for maintenance attention. The technical delay frustrates passengers but demonstrates proper crew decision-making when confronting system warnings. Maintenance technicians diagnose the problem as a faulty RAT probe heater requiring deactivation. This modification allows continued flight operation since icing conditions are not expected during the summer flight to the Canary Islands. The maintenance intervention takes approximately 1 hour, creating passenger anxiety and crew pressure to minimize further delays. Time constraints begin affecting normal operational routines as the crew prepares for the second departure attempt. Ground crews add 1,080 liters of additional fuel to compensate for extended ground operations and taxi time. This routine procedure proceeds normally while passengers remain aboard during the maintenance delay. At 14:15, maintenance declares the aircraft serviceable with the RAT probe heater deactivated and properly documented. The crew receives clearance to restart engines and begin taxi procedures for the second departure attempt. The initial delay creates subtle pressure affecting crew performance as they attempt to return to schedule while maintaining normal operational standards. Following the maintenance delay, Captain Garcia Luna and First Officer Mulet begin taxi procedures for their second departure attempt. Time pressure and routine disruption begin affecting their normal procedural discipline. The crew performs after-start checklists, but fails to properly configure flaps and slats for takeoff. This critical omission occurs despite multiple checklist opportunities to verify proper aircraft configuration. During the taxi checklist, the pilots again fail to cross-check flap and slat positions as required by standard operating procedures. Multiple safety barriers designed to prevent configuration errors remain ineffective. The cockpit voice recorder captures the crew stating "flaps OK, slats OK" during their final checks, though the flight controls remain in the clean configuration. This false confirmation eliminates their final opportunity to detect the error. First Officer Mulet fails to verify the physical position of flap and slat levers during his monitoring duties. Standard crew resource management procedures require independent verification of critical flight control settings. The disrupted routine from the earlier maintenance delay appears to interfere with the crew's normal checklist discipline. Research shows that interrupted procedures significantly increase error probability in complex operational environments. Multiple checklist items specifically address flap and slat configuration, yet the crew overlooks each verification opportunity. The accumulation of procedural failures creates conditions for catastrophic consequences. Unknown to the crew, their MD-82 approaches takeoff in a clean configuration that prevents sufficient lift generation at normal rotation speed. Before continuing this critical aviation safety analysis, please subscribe to Through the Pilot's Eyes for detailed examinations of checklist procedures and crew resource management. Your support helps us research these vital safety lessons. Now back to Flight 5022's fatal takeoff. The McDonnell Douglas MD-82 includes a takeoff warning system, TOAs, designed to alert crews when attempting takeoff with improper configuration. This critical safety system should activate when flaps and slats remain retracted. TOAs operation requires proper electrical power and functional relay systems to monitor aircraft configuration during takeoff procedures. The system should sound audible warnings and synthetic voice alerts for configuration errors. Unknown to the crew, the earlier RAT probe maintenance may have affected electrical relay R25, which powers the takeoff warning system. This single-point failure disables the critical safety backup designed to prevent configuration errors. The failed relay creates a silent cockpit during the takeoff roll when warning systems should alert the crew to improper flap and slat configuration. Multiple redundant safety systems reduced to human checklist discipline alone. Spanish investigators later determined that the TOAs fails to function due to electrical system issues related to the earlier maintenance intervention. The system's silence becomes a contributing factor to the accident. Aircraft manufacturers design warning systems as final safety barriers against human error, but system reliability becomes critical when procedural discipline fails. Single-point failures can eliminate essential safety redundancy. The crew proceeds toward takeoff unaware that both their checklist performance and backup warning systems have failed simultaneously, creating unprecedented risk conditions. At 1404 local time, Captain Garcia Luna advances thrust levers to take off power as Flight 502T begins its final departure roll on runway 36L. The MD-82 accelerates normally, despite its improper configuration. Tower controllers clear the flight for takeoff with winds from 210 degrees at 5 knots, favorable conditions for normal departure. Ground witnesses and air traffic controllers expect routine takeoff operations. The aircraft reaches V1 decision speed of 147 knots calibrated airspeed and rotation speed as the crew applies back pressure to lift the nose wheel. Normal acceleration continues as the MD-82 approaches rotation. At rotation, the aircraft lifts off briefly, but immediately encounters aerodynamic stall due to insufficient lift from retracted flaps and slats. The clean wing configuration cannot generate adequate lift at normal takeoff speeds. Stall warning systems activate immediately after rotation as the aircraft enters dangerous flight regimes. Stick shaker, warning horn, and synthetic voice alerts attempt to warn the crew of impending disaster. The MD-82 climbs briefly to only 40 feet altitude before losing flying capability entirely. Insufficient lift generation combined with increasing angle of attack creates unrecoverable stall conditions. Captain Garcia Luna and First Officer Mulet struggle to maintain control as aerodynamic forces overcome their aircraft's ability to sustain flight. The physics of improper configuration defeat any recovery attempt. Flight 5022 begins its tragic descent toward the ground with 172 souls aboard, victims of multiple system failures and human procedural errors converging in catastrophic circumstances. Flight 5022 stalls and rolls to the right, before impacting terrain beside runway 36L at Madrid-Barajas Airport. The MD-82 strikes the ground with tremendous force, immediately breaking apart from impact loads. The aircraft crashes in a creek area between parallel runways, with vegetation and trees complicating rescue access to the wreckage. Impact forces prove fatal to most occupants, as the fuselage structure collapses. Jet fuel ignites immediately upon ground contact, creating massive fires that engulf the broken aircraft sections. The post-crash inferno spreads rapidly through vegetation, creating additional hazards for rescue teams. Airport emergency services respond within minutes, but face challenges accessing victims through burning wreckage and difficult terrain. Dense smoke and intense heat hamper initial rescue attempts. Madrid municipal fire services and regional emergency teams supplement airport firefighters with additional equipment and personnel. The response involves over 25 firefighters and 7 major crash tenders. Amazingly, 18 people survive the impact and fire, though all suffer serious injuries from crash forces and burns. Their survival represents miraculous escapes from catastrophic destruction. The creek between runways provides some protection for survivors by offering water for cooling burns and escape routes from spreading fires. This natural barrier becomes crucial for survivor rescue operations. Emergency teams work systematically through burning wreckage, searching for survivors while fighting fires that threaten to spread beyond the crash site. The tragedy claims 154 lives in Spain's worst aviation disaster in decades. Spain's Civil Aviation Accident and Incident Investigation Commission, CIAIAC, launches comprehensive investigation into Flight 5022's crash, focusing on crew procedures and system failures. Cockpit voice recorder analysis reveals the crew's false confirmation of flap and slat configuration during pre-takeoff checks. The recorded conversations demonstrate multiple missed opportunities to detect the configuration error. Flight data recorder information confirms that flaps and slats remained fully retracted throughout the takeoff sequence. Electronic data provides conclusive evidence of improper aircraft configuration. Investigators examined the takeoff warning system extensively, discovering that electrical relay R25 had failed, disabling critical configuration warnings. This single component failure eliminated the final safety barrier against crew error. The investigation determines that earlier RT probe maintenance may have influenced the relay failure, though exact causation remains unclear. The timing correlation suggests possible connection between maintenance and system failure. Wreckage analysis confirms that the aircraft was structurally sound and engines performed normally during the attempted takeoff. No mechanical failures contributed to the accident beyond the warning system malfunction. Human factors analysis reveals that routine disruption from the earlier delay likely affected crew performance during checklist procedures. Research demonstrates increased error probability when normal routines are interrupted. The accident investigation identifies multiple contributing factors, including crew procedural failures, warning system malfunction, and inadequate checklist design for detecting configuration errors. CIAIAC issues 42 safety recommendations, addressing crew training, system design, and procedural improvements to prevent similar tragedies. Flight 5022's circumstances mirror the 1987 Northwest Airlines Flight 255 crash in Detroit, where an MD-82 also crashed due to improper flap configuration and failed takeoff warnings. Both accidents killed 154 people. The similarities between these accidents demonstrate systematic vulnerabilities in MD-80 series aircraft warning systems and procedural design. Multiple crashes involving identical failure modes suggest deeper safety issues. NASA's Aviation Safety Reporting System documents 52 cases where pilots successfully aborted takeoffs after receiving configuration warnings, proving the system's effectiveness when functioning properly. Investigation statistics reveal that in 5 major takeoff configuration accidents between 1987 and 2008, warning systems failed in 4 cases. This failure rate suggests significant reliability problems with critical safety systems. The accident pattern indicates that MD-80 series aircraft may have inherent design vulnerabilities in their takeoff warning systems, particularly regarding single-point failures that can disable entire safety functions. McDonnell Douglas had issued service bulletins and recommendations for TOS operational checks before each flight, but many operators only performed checks before the first daily flight, reducing system reliability. Post-accident analysis reveals that proper functioning of takeoff warning systems prevents numerous potential accidents through timely crew alerts about configuration errors during departure procedures. The recurring nature of similar accidents demonstrates the critical importance of redundant safety systems and improved procedural design to protect against human error and system failures. Thank you for following this important checklist, Safety Analysis with Through the Pilot's Eyes. Please subscribe for comprehensive examinations of crew resource management and procedural discipline that prevent accidents. Spanair Flight 5022 drives significant improvements in aviation procedural training and checklist design worldwide. The tragedy demonstrates how multiple small failures can combine to create catastrophic consequences. Enhanced crew resource management training now emphasizes interruption management and maintaining procedural discipline despite operational pressures. Airlines incorporate lessons about routine disruption effects on crew performance. Takeoff warning system reliability receives intensive scrutiny following the accident, with manufacturers improving system design to prevent single-point failures that can disable critical safety functions. Checklist procedures undergo revision to include more positive verification requirements for critical flight control configurations. Enhanced cross-checking procedures reduce reliance on crew memory during routine operations. The accident influences international aviation safety organizations to mandate more frequent functional checks of takeoff warning systems, ensuring reliability of these critical safety barriers. Modern aircraft design incorporates multiple redundant warning systems and improved human-machine interfaces to reduce dependence on single systems or procedural compliance alone. The 154 victims of Flight 50222 represent the human cost of procedural failures and system vulnerabilities. Their tragedy ensures future generations of pilots receive enhanced training in checklist discipline and error management. The accident's legacy continues inspiring improvements in aviation safety culture, emphasizing that routine procedures exist for critical reasons and must never be compromised regardless of operational circumstances.